How's it going, you guys? It's Scott with Everyday Home Repairs. I want to walk you through quickly in just a couple minutes how to swap out a common garbage disposal. Now, this is one of the most common you'll see out there, made by InSinkErator on their Badger series. Currently, I have the 100 series installed. It's about the smallest you can go at a 1/3 horsepower capacity, but I want to step it up to this guy. Same series, it's the Badger series, but it's the 500 series, so it's the bigger brother. It's a 1/2 horsepower and just a better fit for my family. So whether you have a failure and you need to get a new one installed, or you want to upgrade like I am, stay tuned, give me a couple minutes, and I'll walk you through and show you just how easy it is to make this upgrade to your home. So removal should be very easy. First, you do want to make sure you have a small container for water. As we remove this P-trap, there is going to be some water that's going to want to drain out. So what we're doing is disconnecting our drain line. In addition to the container, it's usually good to have a few towels, whether that's paper towels or a shop rag close, so you can soak up any of the water that drips on your sink base. But we'll just undo both sides of your P-trap, because basically we want to disconnect this garbage disposal from your drain system. Then you'll just carefully take that off, and you can dump it into the container and just set that P-trap into your container and soak up any of that extra water that dripped on your sink base. At this time, we can go ahead and unplug the disposal as well. And I should note, check right here. I do not have it connected, but you might have your dishwasher drain line. Mine's going right here, and it's going to the other side of my sink. Yours might be coming right in here. That's usually a band clamp with a flathead screwdriver. You can loosen up that band clamp, and then you can take off that drain line. Once you do that, now we're actually able to rotate this off of the adapter that's connected to the sink. Now, the way I prefer to remove these is I want to actually just use this tab, this little ear here that's connected to the top adapter, a large flathead screwdriver, and then this tab, which is attached to the bottom flange that's holding your garbage disposal in place. I just put it between those two, and I pry the garbage disposal loose, and I just want to get it started. Once it's started, it's very easy to take off. Why I do that is because I don't want to yank on this bottom part, this bottom flange here, and then have the chance of rotating this top adapter, because I'm going to reuse this. I'm going to leave it in place, and I don't want to introduce any new leaks between the sink and this top adapter. So I take my time ensuring I'm only rotating that bottom flange where we don't have any new problems. And then you just rotate that down these ramps, and then that will let go of your garbage disposal, and now you can remove it. Now, since this cord is in great shape, I actually want to remove it from this old Badger 100 series so I can use it on the new Badger 500 series. And then while we're at it, I'm also going to remove this tailpipe here, which you just need a flathead screwdriver for. And now for the new parts, you got your Badger Series 500, which is a 1/2 horsepower, a green bag that has a new tailpiece. We'll talk about this Allen wrench here in a second. Gasket flange, should have 2 mounting bolts there. And then we have a new flange adapter with the stopper here as well. So if you don't have a stopper, here's one so you can fill up the sink on your garbage disposal side. I'm going to reuse mine, so I'm just going to store this away as a backup. And now for the tailpiece, I'm actually going to use the old one. I did clean it out to make sure I don't have any gunk buildup. One thing to note If you want to use the new one, you can probably just compare to your old one and know if you need to do a little adjustment with a hacksaw to get it to the right length to fit up to the rest of your P-trap. One thing I am not going to reuse is you do want to use the new seal here so you have a nice tight seal and you're not reusing a deteriorated or damaged seal. And then I just want to make sure it's adjusted so it's running straight up and down before doing the final tightening. And now for the electrical, I'll just open up the access panel here. Now, one thing I did note when I took off the old cord is the two conductors are both black. So it's a little hard to call out neutral and hot because usually hot's black and neutral's white. But what I can do is there's little ribs on the one wire and the other is smooth. If I cross-reference that to the plug, I see the ribs are on the left-hand side. I know that is the neutral side. So what I would want to do is I'd want to match up the ribs to the white neutral wire, and that's going to ensure that my garbage disposal is going to be turning in the correct direction, because before I did note it actually was turning counterclockwise, which is not per the design, which should be rotation in the clockwise direction when you're looking down into the garbage disposal. And then I'll match the rib side up. I'm going to use Wago connectors here, which are by far my favorite type of wire connector because I ensure I have a solid connection and no chance of loose connections that would cause issues in the future. Now usually I'd use a 2-pin, but I'm allowed 2 pins, so I'm just using a 3-pin, which will be perfectly fine. Then connect up that hot side, close the lever. Now it should be noted we have a circuit breaker here. So if you ever have your garbage disposal, you flip it on and you hear a humming noise like this, you probably can expect that this is popped out and tripped and you just need to press it back in. Additionally, we have this Allen wrench or key. You should be putting that into your sink base. It actually fits right in the middle here and it allows you to manually turn the garbage disposal to break up any of those jams you might have, which can be another easy fix. So make sure you keep this in your sink base so it's readily available for any issues in the future. So now we'll take the new disposal and we'll lift it into place here. Rotate things around and you want to make sure all 3 sides are catching on the ramps. Once you confirm that, you can rotate into the rough location you need to line up with your P-trap, your existing plumbing. And you'll have a little adjustment even after everything's completely tightened up. But again, what I do here, because I do not want to disturb this top adapter, I just use some channel locks and I just pull it together. Usually just have to make a few adjustments to the channel locks, pulling them closer. And then you'll feel it go into a detent position, and then that's when you know it's fully secure and you can start to attach your P-trap. Okay, now for the last part, we'll just connect back up our P-trap. And again, you will have some capability to rotate getting your P-trap to line up. Now usually just getting everything hand tightening will do it, but if you need to use some channel locks, you can lightly tighten it just the rest of the way. Now I'll go ahead and plug back in our disposal and we'll test things out, make sure there's no leaks. All right, run in the water. Now just be checking for leaks while I continue to run the water and let the garbage disposal spin. Then I can turn the garbage disposal off and just continue to look for any leaks. And while it's running, everything looks good. The last check I would do is go ahead and fill up your sink with water and then drain a large quantity out. If you still see no leaks, you should be good to go. Now, one of the enemies of these Badger series garbage disposal is corrosion. They will corrode over time, which will lead to failure. And if you want to see what one looks like, check out this video right here. I'm going to take apart the disposal we just removed and also show you my preferred cleaning method for garbage disposals to reduce the smell and reduce the chances of corrosion, extending out that serviceable life. So thanks for joining me on this video, and we'll catch you on that next one. Take care.